Well, folks, we'd like to welcome you all aboard. Tony Robles, the start of the Pro-Am Tour here at Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York City. We're about to witness a match between these two players, Ron Mason and Mike Woike. It is a race to 7. They will be getting underway shortly. I'm Upstate Al, sitting in the booth alongside Devil Dave Askeles, and we're going to get underway, like I said, very shortly, and I'll hand you over to Dave.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this will be a very good match. You know, we have two players that play pretty well, but please don't forget, this is the TV live streaming table, and they'll both need to settle down a little bit and get their headgear, which is what you need to get.
Okay, they're flipping for the break. I'm sorry to cut you short. They're flipping for the break, and we're getting right underway here. This is a race to 7. They are playing even. Keep in mind, some of the tournament, because this is the amateur division of it, will be a handicap. One player might get a game or two on the wire. In this particular match, they're playing even, race to 7. This is Ron Mason. Ron Mason also is the owner of Gotham City Technologies, which you'll see the ad a little bit later on as we proceed. And if you have any kind of computer issues,
I got
All right, like I was saying, folks, sorry I had to cut you short. Somebody came over to the booth and they wanted to shake hands with the Devil. And it was kind of disruptive a little bit. So now we're back to the recording. I didn't even catch who broke first. But this is Mike at the table. And I was telling you that Ron Mason owns Gotham City Technologies. If you have any computer issues, make sure you check out Gotham City Technologies. And you'll see their ad being run a little bit later. As you see Ron Mason make the 1 ball, but his position on the 2 ball is like, you know, it's in a good position to play it safe. Let's put it that way. And that's what he likes to do. He tries to tuck the cue ball behind the 3, but yet the 2 ball rolls just far enough where the shot on the 2 ball is a little tough.
Yeah, I think he's got a tough situation. I think he may have to go off the rail just to hit it, Al. We'll see, buddy.
You know, not a bad leave, but he's left Ron a nice shot. And why do I consider it nice? Because all Ron really has to do is concentrate on pocketing this 2 ball and let the cue ball bounce off to the left side long rail, and the 3 ball is just going to be just as long as his shot as the 2. Just like that, he would have had another long shot, but he failed to pocket the 2 ball.
Yeah, probably a little early TV jitters here. They're both pretty fine players. And I expect once they warm up a little bit to see a good match here on this table. Safety in order here.
Now keep in mind you're watching 2 amateurs. And, you know, Tony and Gail, they have such a good rating system. I understand that Snooki, she came in 3rd, and then she came in 4th, and she got raised again. And she was raised last year also. And I just told her, I said, well, you know what? It's like you walking into a store. Let's say you want to purchase something that you have to be over 18 or 21, and you look 55 or 45, obviously, but the person says, can I see some ID, because they don't really know your age. So I said, take that with on a positive note, because somebody saying that you're getting too good or you're gonna have to be raised twice means that you're getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is a wonderful, prestigious thing.
Sure.
And we all love Snooki very much. She's a wonderful female player that's been supporting pool for 20, 25 years. We love her dearly. Snooki, Diana Rojas, the Snooki.
The original.
The original.
Ron Mason, he's faced with another long kick on this 2 ball. I don't believe he can get by that 8. He kicks it. How many times did we see that shot happen?
A million, yes.
And yet he winds up safe again on the next ball, which is the 3-ball in rotation. The shot, he's going to have to come back 2 rails, kick the 3 up table, and try to leave the cue ball behind the 9 area or somewhere down below. He kicked it with pretty good speed, too. It's got to slow up. Not bad speed. A little bit slower would have been better, you know, keeping the 3 on the rail. But he's left the shot. He's got a back cut shot into the left corner pocket.
Table 7.
Go around the 6.
Greg
And he
on
bumped
table
the 6.
7. Tony, you get 1 game in a wire, race to 7.
But he still has a shot
Greg Antonakis on table 7.
on the 4. Now, this is going to be a shot where he's going to slide across table for the 5. He's actually going to punch this. See, and by punching that shot, can either throw your eye off or jam the pocket. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Victor now on table 11.
Hey, Greg Antonakis.
Victor now on 11.
Greg Antonakis in the house.
Rasta, you get 1 on 7.
Well, he has a wonderful safety here. He could maybe just hit it towards the lower bottom rail, come behind the 9. That might be a good option. We'll see. That's exactly what he does, Al. I think it may have leaked out. We can't tell right now if he has the whole ball, but we'll see shortly.
Table 12, Jack Smith and Rafael DeBreo on table 12. Jack, you get 2 games in a wire, race to 7 on table 12.
You know, I'm really looking forward to having Earl Strickland come in and do some commentating since he's got the day off.
Yeah, so am I, because as everyone knows, well, if you're not aware, Earl does not come into the commentary booth unless it's a personal favor to his dear friend Upstate Al to chit-chat a bit. Earl does not do much commentating, but when he does come in, everybody listens. It's like that famous brokerage house. When they speak, he listens, so they love Earl when he does finally come in. And that's only a personal favor to his friend Upstate Al. Otherwise, Earl does not come in the booth.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Jack
you know,
Smith, table 12.
Hey, Kickin' Chicken, welcome aboard. Saying hi to Upstate Al in the chat and Devil Dave. I'll tell you what. You know, I've been promoting Earl since, well, I've been promoting Earl, period, but since Earl started giving lessons, I've really been jamming up on promoting Earl giving lessons. And Earl's lessons are $75 an hour, minimum of 2 hours. And being behind the scenes and promoting Earl doing lessons, which is, I don't really have to promote him. Earl's record speaks for himself. But for the first time in my career, I witnessed last night, before I left here, Earl giving a lesson to one of his students. If you can picture like a TLC documentary of a surgeon working on an atom, okay, a scientist, trying to split an atom or work on an atom, that's the strategic way that Earl Strickland was teaching this young man. And the young man had a little problem with a back cut shot into the corner pocket. And to give you a little bit of more insight of the shot, if you ever watch straight pull 14.1, and most of the time you'll see a shot where they have a back cut into the pocket and then break the stack. Well, this young man was having a problem with the back cut. Earl Strickland got to a point where he was on his knees, eye level, and I'm repeating this, eye level with the table, and diagnosing the way this young man was bridging, the way he was, his stroke hand in the back, his back arm, the way he was stands. And before you know it, and I was sitting sideways looking at this lesson going on, I seen this young man pocket 6 out of 7 shots when he couldn't pocket it from the get-go, over and over and over, until Earl got it to a science what this young man was doing wrong. So that just gives you a little bit of insight into Earl Strickland's lessons. And after the lesson was over, I brought him over to the commentator's booth because I had to congratulate him on it because it was the first time I witnessed it. And Earl says, well, he says, if I don't teach then I shouldn't get paid. And he went on to explain some of his techniques. And I'm looking to have Earl back here today.
That would be wonderful, Al. I'm excited. I hope he does want to just come in for a little while. That's a testament to your friendship to him.
Okay, so Mike wins the first game and draws first blood here, leads 1-0 over Ron Mason with that 6-9 combination. What's down the road is, well, I don't want to make it public yet, but maybe I should. Maybe I should make it public. I should actually get the okay from a couple of people. And you know what? I'm going to hold back on it.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to make I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to try to make a phone call within the next hour or so. And if I could make this statement public, there is going to be a big draw for this event that will take place weekly. I'll make a call, like I said, within an hour or so to see if I can get the okay. And I believe the person that I'm talking about is definitely watching and definitely on the in the chat somewhere, or at least behind the scenes. So I will get in touch with that person, and then I will make it public. And believe me, I think 99 out of 100 will tune in for this stream. It will be a pay-per-view. Not too high. It's going to be feasible for everybody to tune in. It's not going to break up bank. It's not going to make anybody. And it's going to be something that you can learn on a weekly basis. We're trying to put it together. There's a couple of us involved. And like I said, I'll try to make, I hate to keep teasing. It sounds like I'm teasing you. Hey, B-Doc's in the house. That man needs a new suit. Warren Gimp goes in the house, hanging around. That's one person.
And once these fellas settle down a little bit, you'll see a much better match. Don't forget, they're amateurs. They're trying hard. We're all human. We all miss. And usually, as the stream goes on a little more, they settle down a little more, and they get a little better. We'll see.
Well, we are talking about the AM part of the tournament, the amateur part of the tournament right here. So we're going to see some mistakes. And hey, you know what? We got to give these amateurs stream time too.
Exactly, and I appreciate that.
I think it's part of seasoning, you know.
Yes.
I rather not eat. You see, right now I'm sitting in Steinway, and I'm kind of. Well, we are kind of like right in the middle of everything.
Right.
You know, I'd rather be in the back room, you know, where nobody even knows we're here. And I'd rather the tournament director not even announce that this is going to be live streamed and just let the players get up there and do their thing.
Yes, yes.
Because I think by putting the word out there that you guys are now on the live stream table, puts a little extra seasoning on them, you know, gives them heat.
Sure,
you know?
It's very, very, for those of you not aware, it's very difficult to play on the live stream TV table, you know, especially if you're not a professional. You know, it's jitters and it's tough, and, you know, we all do the best we can. Even Devil Dave misses on a TV stream table, and I'm only playing on it about 50 years, Al.
Well, at least 1 out of 100.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but you come a long way.
Exactly.
As we watch Ron Mason attempt on the 7-ball. Just hit it in the pocket. See, jam the pocket. Not happy with himself, but that's all he had to do was just pocket that. And he drew the rock all the way back to the rail. There's no need for that. Just make the ball, stop the cue right there.
Exactly.
And you got the 8 wide open, you come 2 rails for the 9.
Right. Famous Buddy Hall. Don't play position when you already got it. Lots of times just stop the ball, like Al says.
Now, look at this. Yeah, a little bit further, go another foot or 2, and then he's jammed up.
Right.
You know, you got all that table to play with. We can't thank Pops 89, of course, the senior mod out there, my ace in the hole, Mr. Colonel, Bob Enslow, CMB WSU.
Bob, thank you so much from Devil Dave. Without you, Bob, we, Upstate Island Devil Dave, are nowhere. without you, and AZBilliards.com. Thank you guys for giving us the honor and the pleasure to be here. World-renowned Devil Dave. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, B-Doc, for that feedback, and I want to thank everybody on the stream. And I'll tell you what, our motto kind of says it all. Together we can do this. You know, we keep sharing information, and it doesn't have to be about this particular stream. We keep sharing information about live streams and what's going on. I've noticed that ESPN is getting into live streaming. You know, it means that we are starting to reach some kind of level that's warranting ESPN to take a look and say, hey, wait a minute, look at these numbers. You know, these guys are really doing something. So, and when I say these guys, I'm talking about the entire pool industry. I'm talking about the sponsors, the streamers, the commentators, whether it doesn't matter who you might be. If we're out there doing it well enough, where we're gaining numbers that ESPN is actually doing it, live streaming, I think that says a lot for us, and we deserve to give ourselves a round of applause.
Absolutely.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
Well put, well put. You know, pool is one of the top watched sports in the world. And if any large sponsors like the auto industry or somebody would get on board with Upstate's organizational skills on the same level as the NASA space program, this could be a billion-dollar industry. But that's Devil Dave's personal opinion.
Yeah, Barry, thank you so much for that feedback. We're trying to do our best on this side. I got a lot more equipment on its way. Actually, we can actually pump this stream up. I can almost double it and really get it really even the clarity a lot more than what it is. But I'm afraid that, you know, I don't want to cut anybody out. You know, if somebody has an older machine, might not be able to accept the high bit rate that we're pumping. So I'm trying to play Undertaker and Guaranteed Paradise, so to say. I picked like a mediocre bit rate, and the feedback I got yesterday, in fact, Anna, Manny's wife, the owner here, she put it on a big 60-inch screen TV yesterday. They have that kind of technology at the counter, and I'll tell you what, I was in awe. I couldn't believe the picture, how beautiful it was, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I love it. I love it when things go that way. Yeah, we got a pretty good bandwidth. Yes, absolutely, Barry. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I'm sorry, I got carried away from that game there, but I updated the score, and Mike's now leading.
If you're parked in PC or Richards, only the first 2 rows. The first 2 rows only. If you're parked anywhere besides the first 2 rows, they'll tow you. And the only guy that can save you is Tony Chuchuliang.
Okay, so it's 2-0.
He has the key to get your car out.
And Ron Mason is
And
trailing.
around from off an icon Q, see your name.
And Ron Mason is the gentleman at the table right now, shooting on the 4 ball. He's got to go 2 rails and snap it back out short. Wow. He actually jumped the cue ball there. He hit it so hard. Ball in hand for Mike.
No, I think if he settles down here, Allen takes his time, he may be out. I think the jitters have just about worn off, and the players just are getting a little bit better.
Do you know Mike at all?
A little bit. I'm not quite familiar with his level of play, but, you know, looking at the balls, I don't see too many problems. We'll see. I think if he takes his time, he might either get out or get pretty far.
Because what had happened was he heard it was going to be live streamed, and he came over to me and he says, Al, please don't make fun of me. He says, I might be one of the worst shooters in here. And I said, Mike, I don't make fun of anybody.
That's right. We appreciate you coming down, putting your money in our and AZBilliards.com event, and we love you supporting our wonderful sport. And don't feel bad because, boy, if you're not a pro, it's very hard to make balls on this table. Like I said earlier, Devil Dave, half a century, 50 years playing in front of TV cameras. Once in a while, even I miss a ball. So, you know, it's hard to play on a television table for anybody. So he looks like he's doing well. Hopefully, maybe he can get out. I don't think he's got the 7 ball, but we'll see. Maybe he'll play a smart save.
Okay, well, he didn't get out, and Ron Mason now has a long shot on a 7 ball. Once again, natural position, his comfort zone. Play the 8 up in the upper left-hand corner or the side pocket. Ron goes on the 50-yard line here.
Yeah, this could be tough, Al. Jeez.
Yeah, but you got to settle down.
Right.
He's got a pretty easy safe. Okay, he can place the 8 ball behind the 9 area somewhere.
I like that, Al.
Well, I don't like doing it, but
Right.
it's the only 2 balls left on the table.
Right.
But yeah, just like this.
Right.
But he's got to hit it enough, and he left Mike a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little light there, and gives Mike a little opportunity, Al, and we'll see in just a moment if Mike can settle down here. I'd like to see him settle down here. You know, we love all the amateurs. You know, they are the medium blood of pool. Okay. Take it away, my dear friend, Upstate Al.
Well, you know, he's just got to make this 9 ball. That's all he's got to do. And now leads this match 3-0 over Ron Mason. You're watching Tony Robles' Predator Pro-Am Tour coming to you live from Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens. There's a couple of people I really want to just get out there that are sponsors that jumped on board with Upstate Al. One of them is Kings of Vapor. This is an electronic cigarette to help people stop smoking. KingsofVaporOhio.com. Chad, bunch of the crew out there. They're jumping on board to sponsor players. Okay, they got Wayne Can, Earl Strickland, Jason Shaw, I believe Scott Frost. You're going to see these patches on their arms, okay, as they're downstroking. You will see the Kings of Vapor. They're stepping up. They're not in the billiard industry, and it's nice to have some outside sponsorship coming on board. Don't forget, Steve Lomax, Lomax Custom Cues. There's his information. There's his shop number, his cell number, and also his email address. This is just a quick glimpse of some of Steve's fantastic cues. He makes probably one of the best cues in the country, the best jump cues also, and Earl Strickland happens to have one, and Earl will swear to it, that it's the best thing that he's had in a jump cue. And we might have the opportunity to have it Earl in here.
Yes, and that would be wonderful, Al. And Devil Dave, 50 years of pool, half a century, loves Lomax Custom Cues. I'll tell you, he is one of the best. I'm proud. I'm proud of him jumping on board as a sponsor, and he is one of the best. And Devil Dave, don't say that unless he means it, and I mean it. Thank you so much, Lomax Custom Cues.
By the way, if you're going to Super Billiards Expo, coming up on the 13th through the 16th, remember the Super Billiards Expo? Steve Lomax will be in booth 813. And we also have Lacassi as a sponsor. And we will give you all the updates on these sponsors and what booth they're in as we proceed with this tournament. We got plenty of pool. I expect to be here till wee hours of the morning. And also coming back tomorrow.
Yes, Al, please inform. It is a 2-day event in case some people are just jumping in now, Al. For those of you who may have just jumped in, yes, this is a 2-day event here at Steinway. If you're in the area, please stop down for some wonderful food. Best food on the East Coast, bar none, from a pool room, from a rack of lamb to spaghetti and meat sauce. It is addictive. You'll love it, and watch some great pool. So if you're in the area, please do stop down. Support pool, support Steinway. Thank you so much from Devil Dave.
Now here's Ron Mason turning up the jet fuel. I've seen this happen a few times, you know, where sometimes you got a sparker player. In other words, if Mike was to say to Ron Mason, you know what, you can't even drop a pull ball and hit the floor, that might spark something in Ron Mason to get him going. Well, I think this lead right now sparked Ron Mason. It's a race to 7, and Mike's leading 3-0 because he hasn't missed a ball since he's got up this rack. Let's see if he can continue it. Of course, after Upstate
You
Al.
just jinxed him. You just put the cat to him, Al, but I love you. Put the cold-blooded cat. He missed a ball right in the hole, but go ahead. Continue.
I really can't believe I was just talking so highly about Ron, who happens to be a dear friend of mine.
Please excuse me.
Of course, when Upstate Al starts talking about somebody not missing, I got to put the black cat on him. And here's the gentleman who said he's the worst player in the tournament. Please don't make fun of me. He must be from Kentucky banking that 6-ball like that.
That was a great shot, Al. That was a great shot. All right, he's got to settle down now, Al. Just get his composure. Just concentrate on making 7 because it carries natural position over to the 8. And again, like you said, he jammed it a little bit, Al. All righty, okay. It happens.
You know, Bob, CMBWSU happens to know Upstate Al real well. And the devil.
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
he knows when we go to that turning stone and we hit that buffet.
Oh, my God. Bob knows.
He just said everybody better get online before we get there.
Upstate Al, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me 1 second. When Upstate Al and Devil Dave hit the buffet at Turning Stone, we eat more food between the two of us than 19 people in India eat in a month. But I got to love it, though.
Not making fun of any.
No, of course
not.
not. We never would. It's just that's a standard little pin from Devil Dave because we love all countries, all people, and we eat a lot of food between me and them. So we enjoy that buffet. They bring us 9,000 clams on a half shell, and oh God.
By the way, the Turning Stone Casino is in September. You want to keep an eye on that. And if you want to play in that event, a great prestigious event and a great venue, make sure to touch base with Mike Zugler from the Josh Northeast 9-Ball Tour because that's filling up. I've been doing probably 3 or 4 streams with the Josh, and the players that come there not only sign up for the regular league, but are paying their entry fees for the Turning Stone. So keep that in mind if you want to play in the Turning Stone as we watch Ron Mason put a beat up on his side. So like I said, something sparked Ron, the 3-0 score probably. He must have said to his old pack horse, you know, it's time to roll. Let's do this. Racing to 7. And folks, if you have Facebook, you have an account, you can go over to Livestream News. That's the Livestream News group on Facebook. And there you can see our motto, we can do this. Together we can do this. And you could ask to join that group. We have almost 6,000 members as we speak right now. And we will update the membership when we have a chance. So you can go over there. We also want to thank the TAP League, the best amateur league in North America. Okay, also Tony's League, Play NAPL, National Amateur Pool League here in the metro area. You know, these are 2 leagues in different areas. What I'd like to see is like a championship match between
there's no speed on these.
A championship match between the TAP League and the NAPL League. You know, that might be something in the making coming down, right? Have that like in an Atlantic City casino. Have like 3,000 members from each group come in and play down to a championship, and then each league play each other. Wouldn't be the first time that we saw it. As you watch Ron Mason take his eye off the 4-ball, but he got fortunate. The 4 fell behind the 8, getting stopped in its tracks by the 6-ball. So Mike coming to the table. I don't know if he can see paint. What I mean by paint is a little piece of the 4-ball. If he can, he's going to elect to kick one rail. You know, I was hoping, I'm looking at the chat, and I see the name Joey Dupuis in there. I was hoping Joey would come down. Actually, he sent me a message last night. He said he wished he would come. He wished he could come down. No, was it last night? Early this morning. I think I was up at about 5 o'clock, and I think Joey posted it about 5 minutes prior to that. And I sent him a message. I said, hey, Joe, you can still make it. It doesn't start until 12 in the afternoon. And I know the ride down is about 3.5, 4 hours, but I never got any feedback. I really don't have a chance to check my messages right now. Joey Dupuis, what a player! Yeah, he kept his head. I was at Snookers last weekend, and we were doing the live stream there. And Joe Dupuis defeated Mike DeShane. He had actually beat Mike DeShane twice to snap the tournament off, and he did. It's really great. It's all recorded, and it's up to Snookers and their right-hand man, Ray McNamara, to upload it to YouTube if they wish. As we watch Ron, I don't know what he's going to try to do here. Man, he went all out. He tried to cut that ball right down the rail. And that's the kind of shot that will cost you. You don't want to get up there and just fire at that 7-ball. You know, there was a safe there. He could have ducked the cue ball behind the 8 or elected to play a different safe. You know, trying to get yourself an opportunity. You got to try to give yourself an opportunity to get back to the table. You can't shoot wide open like that when you're down 3-1 because this is such a big game. Now, Mike's kind of straight on this. All right, if he knows the shot, he can go rail first. Since the 8 is so close to the pocket, he can go rail first, spin the cue ball down table for the 9. Now, if he does know that shot, look how big this game is. It could be 4-1 or 3-2. So I took my eye off it. I got disturbed in the booth. Somebody tapped me on my shoulder, wanted to know some information where they could find the streams because they want their family to tune in. Sorry, and I took my eye off it. Obviously, Mike didn't make the 8 or get position. Thus far, giving Ron a position
25, Steve Kalou,
of winning another game.
On 25,
okay.
Even up,
so now, how big is that swing? You were looking at a 4-1 deficit. Now you're only 3-2. So Ron Mason crawling his way back up on the beads. Now, let's see how Mike handles the heat from here. You know, Ron Mason's out there chopping wood and turning the heat up a little bit. So let's see what happens to Mike, you know, being an amateur, if he's going to fold with 3 aces in his hand. He has scored 3-2, right? He's got 3 aces, Dave, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I like that analogy. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. Here's the break, ladies and gentlemen.
6-ball falls into the corner pocket. Ron Mason's going to wind up with no shot. Okay, once again, easy kick. Can you kick? He's going to push. You can hear him on the table, Mike. But it's an easy kick, and I was going to say, do you kick or do you just push? He's going to pocket the 9-ball to get it away from the corner. Leave the rock.
14,
now,
Eric Files and Eric Grassman on 14.
Now, I didn't see him take a look at the cue ball and the spot Eric where the 9's going to go, if he's actually going to have vision himself. An easy 2-rail kick. Way up table to the short rail and come behind the 1, unless he has the short rail, the long rail. He's got the long rail. Oh, he's got a shot. What am I looking at?
Had the whole ball out.
I need bigger glasses. Should I start getting into like opera glasses?
Yes, we both need opera glasses, absolutely.
Guys, if the background noise when Finnegan is talking is too loud, please let me know. I'll lower the audio as much as I can for you, but I do want to keep the audio up for the players so you can hear them speak once in a while. That fall ball is gone. And you might as well kick again unless he's got the shot at the one. Now this looks like it's spinnable. And what makes this easy, if it's spinnable to get in, the 3 ball's right down table. Oh, he's had the shot.
Yeah,
Why?
He got the 2 ball up there. You just need the opera glasses. All right, as we both need the opera glasses. Got the 2 on the side, right down for the 3. He should be fine. Yes.
That's the 4 ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yes, Double Dave does need glasses.
Ron, no, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry, Dave. Let me correct myself. Ron played
21, Ray Feliciano, 21, ready to go 1 on 7.
All right, he needs to just keep good concentration here. Just float down on the 4. Nothing fancy. Get yourself settled a little bit.
Float down on the 3.
That's it. There you go. And just try and stay calm and relax.
You think we made 3 mistakes in this match calling it so far? The 3 ball, the 4 ball, the 2 ball.
Yeah, we almost did the whole gamut here, but we're human and we do the best we can. And
no, what I meant to say was Ron pocketed the 4 ball with the 6 ball, 4 ball combination. And then I tell you the 2 ball was the 4 ball. And then I hear Finnegan in my headset, and I'm afraid that as Finnegan is announcing the matches, that they might not be able to hear us.
Yes.
So that's kind of concerning me, and I was going to turn down the room audio, so we had 6 or 7 different ingredients going into this pot that didn't belong in there. You know,
Yes.
and all of a sudden we got all discombobulated. But we're back in gear.
Oh, absolutely.
Because right now we can fly a 747.
Absolutely.
Co-pilot and pilot.
And upstate Al has the organizational skills of the Nassau Space Center. Don't forget, when you order a stream for AZBilliards.com, you're getting the #1 top wonderful site in the universe, except for a little stream on the planet Pluto, and since we don't get reception there, we don't count it. So AZ Billiards, the top pool site in the universe.
Okay, now, you know, this comes back to, and I'm sorry I took my eye off the match a little bit because I was concentrating on getting a satellite to Pluto. This comes down to whether Mike or not, Ron's opponent, now this is Ron Mason up at the table, can take the heat of Ron just winning 2 games in a row. You know, sometimes when you're an amateur player, and even I've seen it done with professional players, okay, sometimes you get up on a person by 3-0, 4-0, you start taking them for granted.
Yes.
And you wake up when they start biting at you ankles. You know what I mean? Hey, wait a minute, this guy's starting to put beads up.
That's right. Good analogy.
Now,
Good
if Ron
analogy.
can stay calm here, he can tie this up at 33rd Street, and then we're working our way up to B&H Photos on 34th.
That's it. That's it. Now he just needs to settle down, stay down, follow through on the cue ball, try not to get distracted. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is very hard. Oh, well, he got lucky, and I'm going to stop right there. Take it away.
Count?
Take it away, Al. It does count.
It does? I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please excuse Devil Dave. I'm used to the lucky 9. Yes, all right. But he's in a pretty good situation here, Al. And please bring the fans up to date here after he sinks this 9.
Okay, all the rules can be found on the website,
Gabrielle.
on his website. So obviously you can't take a wild shot at the 9 and go into a different pocket. If you plan on banking a ball such as that was, you would have to call the pocket. So now, yeah, actually shot it too hard. I have to agree with you. You know, but again, we're watching amateur players. As we watch Mike shoot that in softly, that's a turnaround. Okay, that's a turnaround from being 3-3. Now you're looking at 4-2. Can't count Ron out. All he has to do is settle down and shoot a little bit softer. Both players, I noticed, they made their mistakes. You know, shooting balls, whether it be on Brunswick, whether it be on a Brunswick or whether it be on a diamond, if you don't hit them in, they ain't going in. And if you hit them with that kind of speed, they're definitely not going to go in if you don't split the jaws.
Right, jam the ball.
Right, yeah, you know, so, but it's a lesson learned, because as you go down the road and as you get seasoned, you really learn that hitting a ball up the rail, depending on the angle and the shot that you have, you might have to hit that, not only split the jaws, but sometimes you only have enough of that rail where you have to play with ball speed so that the object ball just falls into the pocket.
Yes.
Even if it touches the cushion, sort of cheating the pocket a little bit just to get better position for the next ball in rotation.
Absolutely.
So we're about to watch Mike break here in Game 7. Keep in mind, the gentleman at the table leads 4-2 in this race to 7. Here's the tournament we're watching. Tony Robles, Predator Pro-Am Tour. And we're coming to you live from Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York. I'm Upstate Al, and I'll tell you what, I'm sitting in the booth along a very famous young man here. I call him a young man. The Devil Dave himself, Dave Ascalise.
Thank you so much, Al. Yes, Devil Dave has a half a century of hitting balls, following pool, helping out pool players, young pool players become champions, and I am honored and elated to be here representing AZBilliards.com, the premier large pool site in the universe. And thank you so much for his long support of our wonderful site.
Now here you got Ron. He can play the billiard. He's got to control the rock. Instead, he's going to play the combination at 3-6. And he almost got kissed off the 4 to make it.
Yeah, I don't know if he can see this Al enough
Well,
to get through.
he can get behind it. He can play like a ticky and get behind the 3. Cushion first, hit the 3, make the 6. He's got to watch this cue ball. The cue ball can fall easily into that corner pocket. So he's got to watch the speed of his cue ball.
Right.
Now, if he does play the ticky, the 3 is going to go towards the upper right-hand corner, but he's got to control that rock. He can't hit it hard while he fired at it.
You know, well, like Al said before, these are amateurs, and they're getting seasoned. They are the lifeblood of our wonderful sport of pool. And if we can give them a wonderful shot at a televised table, we do that, and in hopes they both play well, and they'll do better as they get on with the set.
Well, we see, here's another mistake. Now, this is amateurs, and they're allowed to make mistakes, and they learn from it.
Sure.
So, you know, it's the speed, it's the position, the decision to think. Take the extra second. Don't just get up there and get on a table and fire away. Take the extra second to think about the shot. You got to get more deliberate.
Yes.
And surmise where you want that cue ball to go.
Exactly.
In this league, with the rating system that Tony and Gail put together, is superb. Absolutely superb, because all these strategic shots that these players are playing are recorded. Tony and Gail are on scene, watching it, so they realize that these players are making so many mistakes. Their rating either is going to stay the same, go down, or go up.
Right.
This is where league falls into a stepping stone to step up and become an open player, professional player.
Right.
And the leagues that Tony's holding here, his first amateur league that he started with the NAPL, drew 50 people.
Which is enormous for those of you out there.
Now, last night I witnessed it. They had 58.
Wow. I love it. I love to hear it.
So they're doing pretty good with it. I love it. Okay, well, Ron Mason, this is the 8 ball. Mike coming to the table is going to try to do his best. There's a shot. He's got to stay down. Either draw out to the middle of the table or finesse draw, come back a little bit and accept a long shot. If he tries to hit this 8 too hard, watch the cue ball heading towards that side pocket.
Yes. absolutely.
You know, if he has enough stroke on it with the left-hand English, he can fall into that side pocket. He's got to be careful.
Oh, how'd you call that wonderful call? You're right.
Well,
You're right.
how many times did we see it in our lifetime? You know,
Thousands. Yes, thousands.
That shot, particular shot, has to be hit with more finesse than speed, and you got to accept the longer shot if you can't get back.
Exactly right. Good call. Wonderful analogy. Good call.
Well, how big of a game is that now for Ron Mason? Now it's 43. Yeah, we're moving uptown. I'd like to get to 44th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Big Apple, baby.
Yeah.
Steinway Billiards.
Yes. Maybe a completely different game from there. We'll see both players playing as best they can. Please have a little patience with them. You know, you're not watching a Earl Strickland or a Devil Dave here. You know, they're gonna miss balls, just like we are all gonna miss balls, because we're all human and we all get out there and do the best we can. So be a little patient. The medium players are our lifeblood of pools, so be patient with them. They're all trying very hard.
4 ball falls into the corner. The 8 ball finds its way into the upper corner, and Ron Mason has a shot on the 1. Stop here, Ron. Think about the shot. Ron gets up there, man, like a moth to a flame, and jammed the pocket.
Jammed it again, yes.
And not only jammed the pocket, didn't put enough draw on the cue ball to get back to the 2 in the side pocket.
Right.
This is why you'll see players, as they progress, sit back and not only think about their next shot, they start they start looking at patterns. You know, this is the progression. You know, you start seeing things, and it's so nice to see when everything is working like that. As we're going to watch Mike, and I believe he pronounces his last name, and you got to forgive me, Mike, if you're going to have a recording of this. Mike Woike go to the air, and he elects to go back now.
Maybe Woike. Maybe
Woike. There's an I in there.
No, I don't believe there is.
Yeah, it's W. Yes.
Oh boy, are my eyes bad. I'm sorry, Al.
That's okay.
I don't see the eye from here.
That's quite all right.
Wow.
He doesn't have to jump. Looks like he's going to spin. He tried to spin it. Thus far, not making it. You know, very easy safe here. All he has to do is feather this 1 ball either on the right side, and he could even do it on the left side. I like coming off the left side.
Right.
And bringing the cue ball way up
table 13.
Oh, he played the little tricky shot.
On 13.
Yes.
Little tricky shot, but he left enough of the 1 ball for Mike to see it.
Race to 7. Nigel Sean Sakai on 13.
And once again, I want to thank AZBilliards.com, the premier largest site in the universe, for doing this event, and Tony Robles, Predator Tour stop here. Thank you so much, guys, for helping us elevate pool into a possible Olympic event. That would be our goal, and been Devil Dave's goal for the last 30 years. I'd love to see team playing pool in the Olympics, you know, U.S. against Russia, U.S. against China. Wouldn't that be wonderful, a 9-ball event like that? I think it could happen and may turn America into Britain, the way they watch snooker in Britain. The whole country watches it. Little old lady sipping tea, watching snooker in England. We all strive for that in America, to watch pool. Maybe the Olympics is the thing we need.
Well, Ron went for the rail first kick shot into the corner and missed it. He left Mike a shot. You know, Mike's kind of fortunate here because he can roll this 1 ball into the side pocket and roll the cue ball enough. Even if he hits the 3, he's going to have a shot on the 2 into the side. but roll it.
Right.
Roll
People
it. This is where
17.
you have to think about
Juan
balls.
Guzman, Angelo Rodriguez
There you
on
go.
17.
Just like
Angelo,
that.
you
He
got
was
one
actually
in the wire, race to
straighter
7.
in than I thought.
What's next, Al? Devil Dave's having a little trouble seeing the colors of the balls, even though it's a clear, beautiful. Don't reflect that. Devil Dave's getting a little old, so I'm
Hold
trying.
on. If you can't
Right.
see the next ball in rotation is red from here,
Now I can.
then you
just
shouldn't be
focus.
behind the wheel because those traffic lights are red.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to have to camp out here.
Now I see the three starting to come into focus.
Well, he had the idea. He had
Yeah.
the idea.
Yeah, he elected to try and play safe, and he just hit it a little too easy. It happens.
Is this what happens to Mike when he's only leading by one game? If Ron Mason ties this up, does he start making more errors?
Right.
You know what I mean? Not saying that he's taking the heat, but Ron is definitely piling wood on the grill here, so to say. Oh, not like that, Ron. And look at the cue ball.
Wow.
Leaving Mike straight in. This could be a funny shot for an amateur player.
Yes.
You know, instead of coming one rail and for the 5 and just slow rolling this, he might get funny. He played it perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Who's this guy to tell me he's the worst player in the tournament? He knows that shot.
He's hitting pretty good now. He's sitting pretty good right now. You know what? Devil Dave's going to make a call here. I look for him to be out here.
Really?
Oh yeah, unless he gets the camera jitters, which we all get and we all miss on the camera.
Slow. He's going to have to play slow. Now, is there something he's got to watch? Yeah, I was just about to say that side pocket.
Yeah, I know you were. I know. All right.
Well, you know what? Ron Mason now can tie this ball game. We might be going to 44th Street here.
I think so. I do believe so.
Would you go out on a limb?
I think so. I think
For a cup of coffee, would you go out on a limb?
I'm going out on a limb for coffee here. Come on, 3 balls, Ron. Settle down. Settle down. Stay down. Follow through. Just concentrate on the ball that you want to make.
1 or 2 rails. Played at 2 rails.
There
Now I like the settling down. This I
Right.
like. Focused on the 9 ball. Nothing on the table, sir. And Ron Mason, at all people, now ties this ball game at the 44 caliber.
Yes, yes. We got a match here, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a match here. 4-4 on the live stream table. We have a jam-packed standing room only crowd. If you're in the area, please come down to Steinway for some great food and a full bar from rack of lamb to spaghetti and meat sauce that has Devil Dave hooked in here. But that's the way it is sometimes. Tony Robles, Predator Tour. Here we go, Al. Take it away, my dear friend.
Well, we're faced with 44. Ron Mason about to break here. He turned the heat up. He's got to control the break now. Nothing falls. We're going to watch Mike for the first time being faced with a tie ball game.
Yeah, he's got to make a nice shootout, I think, rather than try this extremely difficult shot. But that's a Devil Dave perspective. We'll see. Maybe he will try this very difficult shot. Or play safe. Elected to try and
Table
play
27,
safe.
Brian Hunter and Lotzi on 27, even up. Brian Hunter, Lotzi, 27, even up. Start your match.
There's no gift after you make this one ball. That was a good shot. Don't try to make the one. It was There's nothing that he can do to get back on it too. But now Ron can get on it too.
Yes.
Man, he fired that in.
Wow.
6,500 miles an hour.
Didn't even take one moment to aim, Al. Just got down and fired. And for you,
Shooting left-handed.
yeah, yeah. For
Pulling
you,
out all the arsenals.
yeah, for you aspiring players, you need to stay down, follow through, and aim at the ball.
Ron's feeling good. Started pulling out the left-hand shots now. Ron, the owner of Gotham City Technologies. Make sure to check that out. If you have any computer problems, viruses, whatever you got to do, Ron has all the capabilities of helping you no matter what part of the world or country you're in, you know, remotely. He can help you out. Check out Gotham City Technologies. Now, Mike, this minus.
Table 24, Jerry Tarantola, Roberto Mendoza on 24.
This might spark something in Mike now, Ron, nipping at his ankles.
Yeah.
I mean, at least nipping at his ankles, tying this up.
Right.
So
Jerry,
we might.
one game in a wire, race to 7. Jerry Tarantola, Roberto Mendoza on 24. Jerry, one game in a wire, race to 7.
We might see Mike start settling down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a shot. He can cut this into the side pocket.
Yes.
He's got enough. Spin the cue ball very slightly, go around the 8, and come back for the 6 in the side pocket. He's got to just stay calm.
Deborah, table 2. Todd Trent,
Might even be
table 2.
natural. Got to go around the 8. See, with a little spin, he wouldn't have even touched the 9. But
absolutely.
nevertheless, he's still okay. So this might have ignited his boosters.
Yes. And we hope it did. We want to see all players. We want to see all players play well. Absolutely.
Deborah, you get 3 games in a wire. Race to 8 from Todd Trent on table 2. Todd Trent, Deborah Pritchett, table 2. Deborah, you get 3 games in a wire. Race to 8. Earl, go home, Earl. Come back tomorrow. You're not allowed here today. This is amateurs only.
Earl Strickland is in the house, folks, like I assumed he would show up. And we'll get a shot of Earl as soon as this game is over. I'll try to use the roving cam and show you Mr. Strickland as he just walked in the room. And if we can get his attention, Upstate Al is equipped with 4 headsets, so we can get 4 commentators in here at once.
I don't know, Al.
This
Earl will
gentleman
want to come in. I hope so, but we'll
I'm
see.
sorry. This gentleman
Right.
has a Mr. Bull.
Right. Yes. Maybe he's settling down, Al.
He's playing it all the way up in the corner pocket.
Oh, why? Why?
Because that's what he wants to do.
Okay.
He's comfortable with it.
Yeah. Okay.
He elects to go to the side
I
pocket
think
now.
Devil Dave's a little mental telepathy might have helped on that. It seems to be an easy shot in the side, but we'll see.
And that he does. He plays it into the side pocket and he makes it. So Mike is now leading 5-4. And I said I will try to pan around and see where Earl is.
Oh,
It looks like Earl is
taking
heading towards the stairs. And there you
19,
see,
Meshach
there you see
Daniel,
Earl
Eric
Strickland in the
Hummel on
yellow
19.
jacket. The mighty
Eric
Earl
Hummel,
the
two
Pearl
games in a wire,
Strickland.
race to 7.
Standing up there
Meshach
and he's
Daniel, Eric
talking with
Hummel on
Neil the
19.
pool detective.
Start your matches.
Any of you that don't know who Neil is, there's Neil the pool detective with Earl. All right, we got to get right back to this match as Ron Mason trails by 1 game. This has been a nip and tuck. From 3-2, all of a sudden it was 5-3, then 44. Next thing I know, it's 5-4 in favor of Mike. Racing to 7, keep it in mind.
Steve Prasad, tape 30. Joe Gibbons on 30.
Double elimination.
Table 18.
So the loser is not going to
Table
be
18.
out of
Joe
this
Gibbons
tournament,
on
just
18.
moves across
Prasad,
to the
tape
B
18.
side.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a very close match. Very close match.
Yeah, Scotty in the chat says, yeah, nice crowd. Yeah, the crowd is flooding the room as we speak. There's more people walking
Joe
through the
Gibbons,
front
you get
door.
1 game in a wire, race to 7. Joe Gibbons, Steve Prasad on 18. Start your matches.
I don't know how long I could listen to the speaker above our heads here. I'm going to have to see if we can turn that.
Yeah, very, very
audio.
loud. We
Yeah.
apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
Why don't you go over there and ask him if you can turn it down just a little bit, Dave? All right, Double Dave is going to step out and see if we can get that audio from that house mic just turned down just a little bit. And if we can, we're going to do it. Well, we have options that we can turn it down on our audio output over here, but I'd rather keep this microphone that's above the table a little bit cranked up so that you guys can hear the players as they might have something to say. And it looks like Ron Mason walked away from the table. He is now up at the tournament director's table putting together his pogo stick, his jump cue. You see in the background Gail Glazebrook Robles in the blue. And Nigel. Oh, that's not Nigel standing next to her, but that is Gail. As Ron Mason pulls out his jump cue. We're going to see Ron go to the air here on this shot. And go to the air and hit the one ball he does, but the one ball definitely hangs up and then bounces out of the jaws and gets up on the rail. Mike is coming to the table. He has a shot on the one. The problem is the two ball is way down table against the other short rail. This is the problem he has. So either you're going to spin this 3 rails and try to escape the 4 and 9 as you spin around, or you're going to elect to play safe. Either after making the 1 or safe here. He elected to go 3 rails. He's got to avoid the balls. Didn't make the 1. And leaves Ron with a shot.
Table 16, Joe Wilson Torres and Chicky Romero, even on 16.
Five to 4 in favor of Mike. Mike is the gentleman up at the table. Keep in mind, he settled down. All of a sudden, the score was 44, and Mike settled down and started shooting a little more deliberate and wound up winning that game. So now Ron's got the heat on him. Ron's got to come back and put a beat on his side of the scoreboard. And Mike's going to do his best not to let that happen. You know, like I keep saying, sometimes it takes a spark. Sometimes the score might spark a player to shoot better. Sometimes it might be something the other player said, like you're getting lucky on the safe, and that might spark you to shoot a little bit more and sort of grow fangs, and the table is your prey, and now you're on the hunt. By the way, if you guys are not aware of this, Earl Strickland, the video with the New York Times that he did, is out there. I'm sure you can find it on Facebook. I put it on AZ Billiards. Earl's video is out there that the New York Times did. And also this Sunday, tomorrow in the New York Times in the Metro section is the interview that the New York Times did with Earl here at Steinway Billiards. It doesn't really get much bigger of a newspaper than the New York Times. As you watch Mike miss, now Ron has to come with it. It's time for Ron to pull his A game and tie this ball game back up. He has to keep the pressure
26, Dave
on his
Emmett
opponent.
and Omar Ali on 26, even up. Dave.
That's not the way to do it, Mr. Mason.
Omar Ali, 26,
I
even
think
up.
Ron has to slow down a little bit.
Chicky on 16. Joe Wilson, Torp, 16, even. Steve DeRoche, you're playing by the bathroom, all right?
And look how hard Mike hit that. There's no need to hit that ball that hard. It seems like both players really want to take advantage of this next game. Here's a shot that Ron's faced with.
Omar Ali to 26. Omar Ali, 26, even up.
Concentrate on making this 5-ball. You're jammed up table. Just make the 5-ball. The cue ball either hits the 6 or floats down below the 6. If he hits it too hard, God knows what can happen. That's the shot. There you go. Now you got a shot, at least making a 6 either in the upper corner or playing a safe. Depends what Ron wants to do. I mean, the shot is there. He can make this in the upper corner, and he's been aggressive the whole match. So I'm going to go out on the wire and say Ron Mason is going to attempt to cut this up table. Oh, he tried to pocket it in the corner. I mean, the side pocket. What a severe angle that was.
Omar, you get 2 on 7. Omar, table 20. Soup Deo, 20. Omar, you get 2 on 7.
There you go. Tony Robles, Predator Pro-Am Tour. We're coming to you live from Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens. Watching these two players. Mike, how do you pronounce his last name? Worky? Worky or Work? Mike. Maybe it's Work. All right, we'll use it like that. Excuse me, Mike, if you're going to watch this recording. No easy shot, but he gets a gift if he makes it. Wow, if he makes it. He split the jaws. What a shot by the gentleman that said he's the worst player on tour. Don't make fun of me. Nobody's making fun of you now, pal. Not when you come with shots like that. Look at this. How'd he hit it? He hit it pretty sporty. We'll call him Mike. He's now on the hill, 6-4 as Ron Mason trails. We're going to run a commercial real quick, folks. We don't know if we'll get the whole thing in. Okay, game number 11. Gentlemen at the table, Mike on the hill, 6-4 over on Mason. He didn't control the break, but it looks like he did, being where the cue ball is. Pockets a ball, and he's got a shot on the 1, but it's not a shot that you want. Ron Mason goes over and makes sure that the 1 is either frozen. And Mike says, don't worry about it. I'm going to fire at it. I'm going to hit it hard enough. Don't worry about it. There'll be rails somewhere in between. Ron Mason called the 9. And the 6 ball goes where Ron called the 9.
Table 12, Smiley and Alex B are on table 12. Leave it up. Smiley and Alex B to table 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and you enjoy a match. It's relaxing. Mike with the shot on a 3 ball. Let's take a better look at this. He's jacking up. He's jacking up. He fires this into the, oh, I thought he was playing into the corner. Left Ron a shot at the 3 ball. Okay, if Ron is not pocket safe, he can make it. He's down looking at it, and Ron's got the shot. He was corner hooked. I did think he was corner hooked. And it turns out he was. Good shot. You stop the rock right there. You got plenty of blockers in the way between you and
you're only allowed 1 5-minute break per match.
3 ball.
1 5-minute break per match.
Ron Mason going 1 rail to kick this 3 back up table. Completely misses the 3, and it's amazing how the cue ball touches nothing else on the table when you got 5 balls there. Ball in hand for Mike. He could end this, and it looks like he's lining up a 3-9 combination. Not the kind of shot you want to shoot, but not impossible. Not impossible. As I watch Mr. Earl Strickland walk into the pool room, I'm going to try to get his attention. Maybe we can get the mighty Earl to come sit down with the Upstate Al since the tables are busy. Good afternoon, Earl. Earl's got his mind focused on it looks like one of the tables in the back might be open, and Earl's lunging at it like an animal that he says he turns into when he gets to the table. Al, his last name is Woike. Okay, Woike. All right, Mike Woike. I'll call him Mike as we welcome Mr. Lomax aboard. Good afternoon, Steve. Good morning. It's afternoon for you, right? And like I said, Steve Lomax will be in booth 813 at Super Billiards Expo. Ron Mason here, getting back to this match, trails 6-4. His opponent is on the hill. It's a race to 7. So Ron's tightening up, and it's definitely called for. You know, your opponent's on the hill. You got to really start to get tight and play the safe when you have to, and get out when you have to. There's no room for error. As you're going to see Mike 1 rail kick this. How about almost 1 rail kick it into the hole? That was close. Real close. If I was Ron, I would be down at the table shooting, being afraid that that 5 ball is going to drop, being that your opponent's on the hill. Ron plays that very well. I believe he has the angle on the 7 to drift down table for the 9 in the corner pocket.
We'll see.
about putting a lot of stuff
Table
on it?
11. Lydia Rasta, Billy Santiago on 11.
Boy, he slammed that one out, didn't he?
Put a lot of stuff on it there, too. I mean, that could get dangerous. And almost cost him. He spun the 9 in.
Billy, you get 2
So now we have a
race
match.
to 7.
6 to
Lydia
5.
Rasta on
Mike
11.
on the hill. Folks, this production, it's a free live stream this whole weekend. I can tell you Earl's in the house. Warren Kiemko's in the house. I'm awaiting Jason Shaw to roll into the house. We don't have confirmation on Brandon Schuff as of yet, but I understand Tony was on the phone with him yesterday, so whether he's showing up or not, I'll try to get some more information for you as we go along. Co-production with NYCGrind.com. Make sure to check out NYCGrind.com's website. The great Allison Fisher and Jerry T are here on premises covering this event. Not only covering this event, they're playing in this event. Think they support the game of pool?
Wonderful supporters of pool. We love them both for that. They do a great job of pool coverage all over the tri-state area, and we love them dearly for that. Thank you so much, Jerry. New York City .grind.
New York City NYC Grind.
I'm sorry, and NYCGrind.com.
There you
Excuse
go.
me.
Their logo up in the upper right-hand corner. Hey, Dennis, how are you? Big Dennis out there joining us in the chat. He needs a new suit.
Table 4, Barana and Chris, the Polish champion.
Oh, I
Table
forgot to
4.
mention Barana Anandoni's here also.
Yes, another very, very fine player from the New York
Barana
tri-state
gets 3
area.
on 8. 3 on 8. Barana, Chris Paul on table 4. 3 on 8.
Wow. Look at this. And you know something? I like it. It's lying right. He doesn't really have a shot. Take a shot at the cheese and duck the cue ball. Now this is an amateur playing here. And how about the 9 falling in? Watch the rock though. Okay, Mike wins that match by a score of 7 to 5 over Ron Mason. I'm Upstate Al once again. I was sitting in the booth here, and Devil Dave is still sitting in the booth. I'm going to have to close this one, and we're going to get another match, guys. Stand by. We're going to thank some of our sponsors, man. Steve Lomax, definitely Lomax Q's. Dave has to step out of the table. He has to go play, and we'll be right back with you. Stand by.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with a revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.